All right, this is Burton in the booth. James at the gym, can you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, we got you loud and clear. Are you ready to talk some basketball?
We're ready to talk some basketball. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
All right, take it away, James.
All right, thanks, everybody. Hello, my name is James Valentine. I'm going to be your announcer for the evening. We have the Haines Glacier Bears versus the Petersburg Vikings here tonight. It's Friday. We're feeling good. It's dreary out, but it's a lot of excitement on the inside here. I'll tell you what. Petersburg cheerleaders are going on right now. Nice and flashy, blue and white. Doing the classic PHS chant. Last night, it was a good first half for the Haines Glacier Bears versus the Petersburg Vikings. We weren't able to broadcast yesterday, but I'll tell you what, it was good. And then Haines got into some foul trouble. They have two of their star players. They got into foul trouble, and then from there, they were having a hard time keeping up with the pace that Coach Brock and the Petersburg Vikings were able to continue to push on them as they are guard heavy here in Petersburg. So Petersburg ultimately ended up winning, and I believe the score was 55 to 30. I think we won by about 12, you guys. So excuse me, I don't have the score in front of me, but Petersburg ended up pulling it out, and it was great. All right, you guys. Great. It's exciting for tonight. Cheerleaders are looking good. Coach Brock looks great out there. Little blue shirt, bow tie, black shoes. Looking nice and casual tonight. We love it. Our Haines Glacier Bear coach, Brian Combs, Tyler Funk. Oh, we're already starting to... Oh, no, we're not. So, Jamie Cabral, he went down to one of the college, I think, volleyball match down there. And when he was down there, he saw something that he really liked, and it was that one person from each team came forward and, had a little speech about sportsmanship and all that. And he's kind of continued that here in Petersburg, where he pulls one kid from each team to come up, read a scripted, hey, we're here to have fun, play hard, but ultimately, be good sports. And honestly, for some of these kids, this is the most nerve-wracking part of their day, speaking in front of everybody here tonight. So it's cool. Right now they have number one from Haines is Isaac Jones, who's speaking. And then for Petersburg, they have Camden Johnson. Great little speech. They did it, heads down, spoke quietly. We love to see it. All right, guys, we're going to sing the Star Spangled Banner by the Petersburg Pep Band. All right, that's the anthem played by the Petersburg Pep Band. Amazing. All right, we're going to be doing our starting five for the Haines Glacier Bears. All right, our starting five. We have number one, Isaac Jones. Number 22, Brody Barron. Number 10, J.C. Davis. Number 35, James Stickler. For everybody back home, Scoop. Number 3, Colton Combs. All right, then you have your starting 5 for your Petersburg Vikings. All right, number 22, Mason Knutson. Number 34, his brother, Aiden Knutson. Number 12, Noah Powell. And we have number 0, Braden Tucker. And the last, senior, Logan Tao. That is your starting 5 for your Petersburg Vikings. It's going to be awesome. Haines Glacier Bear wearing their dark suits today. Nice dark black, green stripes. Great. And Petersburg wearing the home colors, white and blue. We love it. It's going to be a great game. Now, Haines has been on a long road trip right now. They've been almost a week gone. They were in Craig prior to coming to here, so we're thankful for them to be here. So they've had a long road, but they're still a tough team. I believe these are the 1 and 2 for the conference here in Southeast. So last night was a good indicator, and tonight we'll see if Petersburg can close it out on this series. So here we go. We're about to get this starting. We're about to do the jump. The jump goes up, and it goes to the Petersburg Vikings. Logan Tao was able to get it. Now Tao has it up top. Tao gets it over to Powick on the side. Powick, they're circling it all the way around. Tao's got it again. Looks for Knutson down low. Knutson's going to barrel his way in, throw up a little floater, no good. Rebound Combs. Combs is bringing up the court. Combs drives, doesn't like it. Braden Tucker on him. This is a man-to-man defense, both of them. Farron's looking around. Finds J.C. Davis. Davis drives in. He doesn't like it, kicks it out to Farron. Farron drives, goes for a little backboard shot, no good. Rebound Knutson, gets it to Powick. Powick's going to be driving down. Gets it to Knutson on the side. Little Knutson. Circling all the way around to Powick again. Powick drives baseline. He's coming all the way around. Finds Tao, pump fake, mid-range. No good. Rebound Davis. Holmes gets the ball. Holmes brings it up. Jackson, quick 3, and it's in. 3-0. The Haines Glacier Bears leads with just a minute taken away from this game. Powick has it aside. Knutson up top. Knutson. Tao. Knutson. Down low. Puts it up. No good. Rebound. Kind of flicks around. Ends up being Glacier Bear ball. Farron's bringing it up. Gets it to Combs. Combs is calling a play. Farron. Davis. They're circling. Number 1, Jones. Tries to drive. Tries to find Stickler down low, but it was intercepted by Tao. Powick has the ball. 6 minutes left here in this first quarter. Knutson. Tucker. Powick pump fake and drives for the and 1 layup. There you go. 6 minutes left here in the first quarter. Powick with an and 1. The foul was on number 35, Stickler. The ref that called that was Ben Case. On the floor we also have Casey Flint and Jim Engel. The and 1 was up and it's good. All right, 3-3. Combs brings up the ball. Crossover, looks to jump in, doesn't like it, gets tied up with Tucker. And then it is called a jump ball, I believe. And it will stay Haines' possession. Haines has it underneath the basket. Goes it to Davis. Davis drives baseline, doesn't like it, brings it back out. Farron drives. Nelson. And it looks like it's a foul on Powick. Just a little too much body on the drive by Jones. So Powick gets the call. 3-3, 5 minutes, 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. Colton has it. Colton looks to drive. Moving around, finds Davis. Davis drives baseline. Finds Jones for a quick three. Puts it up and in. Throws it up to Tucker. Tucker throws it back to Knutson. Swings it over to Powick. Powick looks for a cutting Tau. Tau surrounded by Haines Glacier Bears. Puts one up and in. Good hard move by Tau down low. Farron has the ball over to Davis in this corner. They're swinging it back around. Farron has it up top. Looks for Jones. Jones. Farron. Farron. Give to Combs. And we have an offensive foul on Jones. It looks like he might have pushed off of Powick on while running around. I didn't quite see it, but there was a call on Jones. Powick has the ball. 6-5. Under 5 minutes left here in the first. Powick has it on the side. Looking for Town down low, doesn't like it. Finds Knutson up top for a three. No good. Rebound goes to Mason. Was trying to get it, tries to keep it in, and he wasn't able to. He flicks it out of bounds. Glacier Bear ball. And it looks like there were some words exchanged by Stickler and the ref, but I think it was more of a clarification. He was asking Mr. Jim Ingle. Glacier Bear ball. Looks like Combs has the ball, looks to drive. Gets it to Farron. Farron looking around, finds Jones. Jones looks to drive. Gets it out to Farron, and there's a foul called on the ground, a blocking foul, and it's called on number 12. Oh, it's on Powick. So Powick already 2 fouls, only 4 minutes into this ball game. He's got to be careful here. Yeah, okay. Brock pulled Mason Knutson and Powick out of the game. Ben Candle and Camden Johnson came in. Haines has it underneath the basket, looks to get to Combs down low. Combs tries to go up, throws it up, and he draws the foul right on Camden Johnson. So as the inbound was coming, Combs was coming in hot, and then he was surrounded by Petersburg Vikings. And Combs, instead of dribbling out, forces a foul. Now he's going for 2. First one goes up for Combs, no good. 6-5, Haines leads with 4 minutes and 13 seconds left here in this first quarter. Combs is going to go for the second. It's up, and it's in. All right, 7-5, Haines leads. Tau has the ball. Tau looks to bring it up. Johnson drives baseline. Nope, finds Knutson on a cut. Knutson kind of walks it around a little bit, and Knutson draws a foul as he goes up. And I believe the foul is going to be on number 22, Farron. Foul is on 22, Farron. Interesting. It's interesting for me because we're under 4 minutes left. Knutson's up for 2. It seems like, compared to yesterday, and the first one goes up for Knutson, and it's in. Is aiding Knutson. That both teams are deciding to be a little bit more aggressive on the drive. This is more free throws, I believe, taken in this first quarter than all of the first half of last night's game. So they're definitely trying to draw more fouls. Second one goes up the front of the rim, no good. Stickler gets the rebound. Haines Glacier ball. Sweet is in. Sweet passes it to Davis. Davis wants to drive. Doesn't like it. Puts it out to Combs. Combs is kind of looking up top. Gives it to Jones. Jones looks to drive. Nope. Gets back to Combs. Combs drives. Kicks it to Davis. Davis in the corner 3. Nope. Good. Air ball. Rebound. Tucker. Tucker throws it up to Johnson. Johnson looks to drive. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. 7-5. Or 7-6, excuse me. Tau has it up top. Over to Candle. And we have an offensive foul called on number I think maybe Braden Tucker, 0. Yep. For just a hard push. It must have been a hard push. The refs are not liking that, so these players got to make sure that when they come off, it comes off nice and slick. Sweet has it in the corner. Looks to get it to Combs up top. Combs guarded by Candle. Candle. Screen. Combs has it. Finds Davis on the side. Gets his Stickler down low. Stickler tries to work his way in. Puts one up off the backboard and in. 9-6. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left here in this first quarter. Johnson up top. Johnson has the ball. Looks to get to Candle. Candle with the pink shoes. Johnson with the purple shoes. Aiden with the black shoes. Looks to drive off his shoe. Braden Tucker was able to recover it. Tries to go up with a nice little sky hook. Bank in. 8-9. Glacier Bear leads. Combs going fast. Almost fumbles it. Recovers. Gets it Davis to Sweet in the corner. Sweet looks to get it to Combs. Combs keeps driving. Does a little mid-range. No good. Rebound Knutson. 2 minutes left. 9-8. Haines leads. Tucker on the side. Johnson up top. Johnson. Candle. Tucker looking around. Gets it to Tao. Tao. Around. Knutson. Johnson. Johnson. They're looking around. There's a lot of movement down low. Man-to-man defense is hard. Man-to-man defense. Candle with the cut. And puts one up and in with the foul. And one. Knutson with a little give and take. 10-9. Petersburg has its first lead of the evening. Candle's going to be going for his and one. Sweet's coming out and Farron's going to be coming in. All these boys have very colorful shoes. Must be a statement out there. We got an orange, a pink, purple. The end one's up and it's in. Candle. Must be working. We like to see it. 11-9. Minute and a half left. Combs has it up top. Combs gets it to Davis. Davis, Farron. Farron's kind of looking at Stickler at the elbow. Doesn't like it. Almost gets picked. Gets it to Stickler. Stickler off his head and out of bounds. It was a quick. It wasn't a chest pass by Farron. It just kind of went straight to Stickler's head, and Stickler was not able to control that, so went out of bounds. Petersburg ball. Looks like number 13's coming in, and that is Wade Lloyd. Wade Lloyd's coming in for Farron. All right, so Tao. Tao's going to be throwing it in. Gets it to Johnson. 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 Candle. Candle. Lutomsky. Throws it down low to Tao. Tao throws one up. No good. Rebound. Mason Knutson puts one right back up and in. Mason Knutson gets his own rebound, or gets the rebound, and is able to put one up and in. Now we got a timeout called, and I didn't see what it was. I believe, 30 seconds timeout. So we'll keep it here, you guys. It is 13-9. The Petersburg Vikings lead the Haines Glacier Bear on this first quarter of the second day of basketball. Pretty fun to see out there, you guys. It's this is a hard-fought game. Both teams, they're going out there and they're drawing fouls. Both teams have 4 and 4 fouls. It's not like one is heavy on the other. They're both driving in. They're both trying to draw those fouls to get to that free throw line to get those points. You know, so it's pretty cool to see. Everyone's also really colorful out there, man. There's just a plethora of the rainbow shoes out there. It's just a statement. Everybody wants to be their own. Everyone else has these things around their knees. I don't know what those are either. Anyhow, under a minute left, 13-9. Full court press by Petersburg Vikings. Farron has it. Petersburg kind of falls back on that. It was like a high man-to-man defense. Jones looks to try to drive in. Gets to Farron. Farron up top. Over to Jones. Jones, Stickler at the free throw line. Back over to Jones. Jones drives. Fumbles it. And it gets kind of poked out by Tao. It goes Haines' ball underneath the hoop. 13-9, 32 seconds left. Petersburg leads. Haines has it underneath the hoop. Looks to throw in. Looking around, looking around, looking around. Find Davis. Davis gets it up to Jones. Jones. Davis in the corner. Looking around. Gets it to Stickler. Stickler looks to drive. Throws one up off the backboard and in. Tau's going to bring it up. 15 seconds left. Candle on the side. Looks to drive. Gives to Mason Knudsen. Over to Tau. Finds Lutomsky down low. Lutomsky throws a little mid-range up. Around the rim, no good. Rebound, Tau. Tries to go up and is fouled immediately by Stickler. Stickler thought he had a hand on the ball, and he might have, but his whole arm was covering Tau there. So that is a foul with 2.6 seconds left here in the first. Not a foul that you want to give with that much time left on the clock there. First one's up, and it is in. Kind of bouncing around the rim there. All right, 14-1. Petersburg leads by 3. That's one possession game. If Tau can do this, make this one, it becomes a 2-possession lead. Tau, second one up. Off the backboard, no good. Rebound goes to Sweet. Sweet's going to just not puck it, but there you go. That's the end of the first quarter, you guys. 14-11. Petersburg is in the lead. We'll send it back to the studio for a word from our sponsors. We'll see you guys in 1 minute.
Play-by-play coverage of Vikings basketball on KFSK is made possible by the following businesses and organizations: Anchor Properties and Tongass Federal Credit Union. A big thank you to the sponsors from the players, coaches, parents, and families near and far, and all the listeners here on KFSK.
Thanks for your commentary, James. You're doing great so far. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's pretty fun up here. I know a lot of these kids because I'm the wrestling coach, so I know a lot of them from just going to these communities. So it's nice. It's fun to see them in different sports as well. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, we have 10 seconds left. All right. Here we go. Thank you, everybody at KFSK, for broadcasting this. This is awesome. We know that Petersburg really likes their Viking basketball, so we're very happy that Brenton Erickson is over in the studio volunteering his time to help do this, and we're very thankful for that, so thank you. All right, start of the second quarter, 14-11. Aiden Knudsen's going to be bringing it in. Camden Johnson has the ball, gets it over to Candle, Knudsen, Johnson looks for the Tomsky down low. No, gets it to Mason up top for a nice three. And Knudsen gets the three. 17-11. Petersburg leads. Combs has the ball. Looks to kind of bring it down. Over. Now, looks like Petersburg, yep, they're showing a man. And there's a fumble down low. And the fan's in the middle of it, and it's going to be a jump ball. 17-11. There's a fumble there, and it's going to be a jump ball. And it retains to Haines. Haines gets the... It looks like Baumgartner is going to be coming in, and Sweet is coming in. Jones brings it into Combs. Over to Jones. Combs. Jones looking around, kind of up top, gets it over to Baumgartner on the corner. Back to Jones. Jones looks to drive. Oh, almost picked away. Tries to get it to Combs. Candle picks it, gets it to Mason Knudsen, hard off the backboard, no good. Combs with the rebound. Combs looks to try to keep the momentum going. Drives all the way between 4 defenders, doesn't like it, kicks it out. Baumgartner has it. Back up to Combs. Davis looking around. Gets it to Jones. Jones pump fake, throws up a little floater off the backboard and in and one. See, this is what we like to see when for the Haines, their best players, they're Colton Combs. And a lot of times what happens is that the team is reluctant, the other parts of the team, is reluctant to take those shots. But when you have somebody who's starting to feel confident in their ability, Isaac Jones there, you're able to realize you can go up there, you get the shot in, and you get that and one. That's what we like to see. 17-13, Jones for his and one, up, no good. Rebound goes to Johnson. Johnson has the ball. 17-13, 6 minutes and 30 seconds left here in this first half. Mason Knutson, gets it to his brother. Over to Candle. Candle looking around. Dribble. Johnson up top. Johnson, Candle, Knutson, over to the side of Johnson. Johnson throws to Lutomsky. Kind of hard. Lutomsky is able to recover. They throw it all the way back around. Knutson has the ball, looks to drive. Over 3 defenders, no good. Rebound goes to Petersburg again. Lutomsky throws it around, swings it at Mason Knutson. He does a little fake shimmy, drives in, goes up, draws the foul. Boom. At the free throw line. It's on number 23. Or is it on 34? There's no 34. So it's on Stickler again. Stickler has 3 fouls. Got to be careful here. It's only the second half. Knutson at the free throw line. Knutson throws it up. First one in. This is Mason Knutson. 18-13. 5 minutes and 48 seconds. Looks like Alex Holmgren comes in for Lutomsky. Mason Knutson. Going to put up a second. And it's good. Gets it to Jones. Hard man-to-man defense by Petersburg. Holmes has it. Holmes trying to get around, but can't quite get around these defenders of Petersburg. Gets it over to, Jones, who slips, tries to get it out. There's a lot of fumbling, but Holmes is able to retain it. Finds Sweet down low. Sweet's going to throw up a one, gets one up, no good, off the backboard, rebound. Knutson gets it to Johnson. Johnson goes around. Aiden Knutson's in. He tries to drive, throws up a little mid-range, no good, and he gets called for the foul. A little late, but he gets called for the foul. His body. That's on number 13, Lloyd. 19-13. Knutson's at the line. Petersburg leads. 5 minutes and 13 seconds left here in this first half, excuse me. Knutson puts it up, and it's in. Logan Tao looks to come in for Camden Johnson. 20-13, Petersburg leads by 7. Second one goes up, and it's in. All right. Combs. Baumgartner in the corner, throws it out, tapped away by Knutson. Jones is going to be right in front of the Petersburg bench, throwing it in. Throws into the Combs. It's a 4-out, 1 in. Combs looks to drive, finds Baumgartner in the corner for a 3. In and out, no good. Mason Knutson with the rebound. Gets it to Tao, throws it up to Holmgren. Holmgren looks low. Can't quite get it. Gets a cutting Tao. Tao looks to bring it all the way up, and he gets called for a travel. It's kind of like a little bit of a hop skip. He wasn't sure if he was going to drive, and he kind of picked up that pivot foot. So travel called. 21-13. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left. Holmes looks to be bringing it up the court. Holmes drives. Gets it to Lloyd. Lloyd looks to bring it all the way down. Throws it out to Jones. Holmes looks to drive. Throws up one. No good. Rebounds. Kind of goes to Sweet. He was able to throw it back into Baumgartner, who gets stuck in the corner and then gets fouled by Knutson. There's a little bit of a fumble. Knutson's body is just a little bit bigger than Baumgartner's, and boom, gets the foul. So 21-13, 4 minutes and 18 seconds left here in this first half. Haines has it underneath the basket. Baumgartner is going to be throwing it in. Throws it in. Gets it to Sweet on the corner. Sweet looks to give it to Lloyd. Lloyd drives baseline. Doesn't like it. Throws it out. Kind of high. Jones is coming up, and so does Holmgren. Holmgren tries to intercept him. The big bodies meet, and the foul gets called on number 1, Holmgren. 21-13, 4 minutes and 10 seconds left here. Haines is going to be throwing out in front of the cheerleaders. All right. Holmes passes it around to Jones. Jones, dribble drive, keeps bringing it Holmgren down. Gets it to Combe. Combe for a deep 3 off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound, Tao. Tao throws it up to Candle. Candle finds Lutomsky down low. Tries to put one up. Stolen away by Sweet. Gets it to Jones. He's kind of alone, but he gets trapped around by Petersburg and is able to put one up and in. 2. So 21-15. Petersburg has the ball. Tao has it. 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Mason Knudsen finds Candle. Candle over to Lutomsky. Lutomsky to Holmgren. Holmgren to Tao on the side. Tao finds Mason Knudsen with a cut off the backboard and in. Combs has the ball, looks to bring it down. 23-15, 3 minutes left. Jones has the ball, does a little cut. Oh, tries to throw it away, gets kind of picked there, but he's able to recover. Holmes. Holmes looks for a screen up top, looks to drive. Jones, Baumgartner, Jones is trying to drive in past Holmgren, kind of fumbles it to Combs there. Combs up top. These are good defense by Petersburg Vikings. They're stopping a lot of the drives on the Haines Bears there. But throws it right out to number 13, Lloyd, with a nice 3 ball. 23-18. Tao drives it up, gets it to Candle. Holmgren. Candle looks to get it down to Tao. Tao's going to bump his way up to the backboard and then Sweet just keeps his hands up. Can't quite defend that. Tao with the 2. 25-18, under 2 minutes left. Combs drives go all the way in, up the backboard, no good. Lutomsky with the rebound, finds Tao. Tao throws it up to Holmgren. Holmgren gets it to Lutomsky down low, brings it around, and offensive foul called on Lutomsky. As Lutomsky was down there, he used his other arm to push the man out of the way, and that's what happened there. So offensive on Lutomsky. 25-18, a minute and 42 seconds left. Haines has the ball. Combs is going to be bringing it up. Holmes nice and slow up the court. This passes the half-point line. He's waving his guys around. Holmes looks to drive, gets the Baumgartner in the corner for a 3, and it's up and in. Spencer Baumgartner for a nice 3, set up. 25-21. Camden Johnson looks to go coast to coast, and he immediately gets it in. He saw the opening, and he decided to take it. 27-21, a minute 15. Holmes has it. Holmes, drive, dribble. Farron, back over to Combs. Just looking around. They're looking to keep this thing going. Haines is looking to keep this in. Lloyd, Baumgartner kind of tries to push his way in. Combs looks to drive, can't quite do it. Ooh, Baumgartner looks to try to throw it. Stolen away by Johnson. Johnson was able to get a nice layup. Hard layup, no call, but was able to get it. 29-21, 40 seconds left here in this first half. Combs has it. Combs picked up his dribble a little soon. Finds Farron on the side. Farron looking around. Oh, he's getting trapped up top by Camden Johnson. Finds Baumgartner, but it's off Baumgartner's hands. And there was a little confusing. I believe that there was a timeout called, but the ref wasn't able to get the whistle off before the whole fumble there. So I believe it will be Haines' possession. It was a 30-second timeout called. And so I think it will retain Haines' possession. I just think the ref wasn't able to get the whistle off on time there. So, all right, guys, 29-21. Petersburg leads here in this first half. It's under 30 seconds left here in this first half. It is a barn burner. Haines is doing everything they can to try to keep up with the really hard defense that Petersburg is having right now. That both Petersburg and Haines are guard heavy, and right now the guards are just putting a lot of pressure on each other here. And Petersburg has some good defense going on. So Lloyd over to Combs. Combs up at the top. 12 seconds left. He's looking for a screen up top so he can get something. 8 seconds. Looks for a screen by Davis. Davis tries to go around. Combs loses it and comes in and actually gets a foul on the wraparound. Combs is looking to get a jump ball situation with 2.3 seconds left. Combs lost the ball, panicked a little bit, and instead of just letting the clock run out, now we're in the bonus, and Candle will be going shooting for 2. 29-21. 29-21. And, I thought it was bonuses, but ref was talking to the coach there, and I'm not really sure what's going on. I don't think Jim Ingles happy with Coach Combs. I'm not really sure what's going on with the words exchange. But anyhow, Petersburg throws it in with 2 seconds left. Somehow, Petersburg, with all the debauchery that was going on, Haines got a little distracted. Petersburg was able to drop the play, gets it to Powick, and was able to put it in. 31-21 at the end of this first half. Ooh, man. Petersburg leads by 10, you guys. This is a great game. I think that, Haines, they're trying their best with their guards. Petersburg has a little bit more depth in their guards. So it's been a nice tight barn burner here. I'm getting a little distracted because I'm trying to figure out what happened there between the exchange between Coach Combs and the ref. But anyhow, 31-21, 9 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the halftime. We're going to send it back to the studio. We'll see you guys here in about 8 minutes. Off to you, Britton.
Awesome. Thanks for your commentary, James. Keep it up and keep that voice ready.
Sweet. I'll see you in a bit.
Basketball on KFSK is made possible by the following businesses and organizations: Anchor Properties and Tongass Federal Credit Union. A big thank you to the sponsors from the players, coaches, parents, and families near and far, and all the listeners here on KFSK.
All right, 10-point lead for the Petersburg Vikings going into halftime. Nice little back and forth there towards the end of the second half, and Petersburg able to put some buckets in to extend their lead a little bit. It was close with 2 minutes left. Halftime right now, gonna play a couple tunes, and then we'll get some commentary back from James before they tip off again.
I used to worry a lot. I used to stay out till the
before we start here.
All right, welcome back, James. Bit of a whirlwind to end the first half, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. No, I think that the Petersburg bench is a little deeper than the Haines bench there, and so when Haines is getting a little pressure on their best players, they tend to have a harder time scoring. I don't know if you're seeing that on your end. That's my opinion.
No, all I've got is your excellent description.
Oh my gosh, I got to do better than the job then. I got to really paint the picture. All right, well, we've got 20 seconds left. We're about to start the second half here, you guys. Everybody tuning in. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. It's pretty fun. I'm enjoying it. Everybody in Haines, if anybody in Haines is listening, hope you guys are having a good time. 31-21, Petersburg leads by 10. And we're going to start this second half. All right, so Petersburg has possession. Petersburg going to start with the ball. We're throwing it in. All right, Knudsen looks around. Throws it to Powick. Powick's guarded by Combs. Tucker. Knudsen. Powick. Powick throws to Mason Knudsen. Throws it down to his brother. Picked away by Lloyd. Lloyd gets the ball, dribbles it up the court. Finds Combs. Combs, he wants a three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Mason Knudsen with the rebound. Almost picked away by Davis. Able to recover, though. Tucker. Tucker. Mason. Powick. Over to Tucker again. They're swinging it around. Knudsen looks to go body down low. Nope. Finds Tao. Tao drives baseline. He's going to body his way around. He throws one up, and it's in. And now it's 33-21. A minute has elapsed here in this second half. Davis. You have Jones up top. Jones looks to drive in. Doesn't like it. Brings back out to Combs. Combs on the side. Combs over to Jones. Jones keeps kind of going in, throwing it out. Davis looks to bring it all the way through. Puts it off the backboard. Just kind of bounces around the rim. No good. Rebound Knudsen. Throws it up to Tucker. Tucker looks to bring it down. Knudsen wants to do a little mid-range. No good. Rebound goes to Davis. Combs throws it up to Lloyd, who gets it to Jones in the corner. Jones throws it up to Combs. Combs at the top, guarded by Tucker. Combs looks to drive. Kicks it out to Davis. Davis for a three, and it's in. All right, 33-24. Petersburg leads with 6 minutes left here in this third quarter. Tao has it on the side. Tao gets it to Powick up top. Over to Tucker at the top. Knudsen looks to kind of pull his way around, and he's able to get around Davis and go up for a nice little layup. 35-24, Petersburg leads. 5 minutes and 40 seconds left. 35-24. Combs has it. Combs looks to drive. Tries to drive, and he gets just tapped away by Tucker, but gets called for a foul. Combs is at the line. I think you're going to end up seeing Haines do a little bit more driving to try to draw some more fouls, to put Petersburg on their toes. Now, this is Tucker's third foul, so he's probably going to be going out for now. Combs is going to take his first, and it's up and in. $35-25 here in this ball game. Combs looks at throwing up, and it's good. All right. Tao this whole play, they got knocked out of bounds. And now it's going to be Petersburg ball still. All right, Petersburg has the ball on the baseline by the three-point line. Looks like Powick's going to be throwing it in. Powick, Tao, Looks they're going to swing it all the way around. They find Powick again on the side. Then immediately gets to Knudsen down low and then blocked by Stickler. Ball-to-ball block. Davis has the ball, looks to drive in, puts it up off the backboard, and then he draws the foul by Knudsen. Knudsen's not happy. His mullet is just shaking. Not happy with that. 35-26. Davis is at the line. I think the mullets are coming back. I see at least 3 or 4 out there. Knudsen, a couple on the Haines bench. Who has the best one of this evening? I do not know. I'll give you guys that update later tonight. All right. So it looks like Knudsen has 3 fouls as well, so he's coming out. First one for J.C. Davis does not go. Second one coming up. And it's up. Bounces around, no good, but able to get the rebound. Lloyd was get the rebound, gets it to Jones. Jones shoots it out. Davis to Combs. Over to Lloyd again. Combs up top. Now they're slowing it down. Stickler's in. Gets a screen. Oh, gets pushed around. And it is in. It looks to be a body foul on Candle, on Stickler. 35-26. Under 5 minutes left. Now there's a 30-second timeout called by Rick Brock. You know what, to be honest with you, this brings me back to the when we were going through basketball and playing. I was around when we had the state championship team. Now, I was definitely sitting on the bench. However, I did watch. And I remember Haines has a really good team at the time as well. They were there with Kyle Rush, Kyle Fossman, and all that. And I remember Haines was very good at drawing fouls. And right now, I'm seeing that right now. They're doing a pretty good job kind of putting Petersburg on their toes, drawing some fouls. And Petersburg already has 3 fouls in this third quarter, while Haines does not have any. So if Haines does have that ability, Petersburg can do it as well. So 35-26, Petersburg leads by 9. Under 5 minutes left here in this third quarter. Haines is going to be throwing it in. Gets it to Combs. Combs up top, drives, puts up a little floater, blocked and fouled by Candle.
Another foul on Petersburg. James, they're going to have to start being more careful out there.
Yeah, they're definitely going to need to start. Yeah, and that's what happened to Haines yesterday, you know. And when you have this kind of foul, Combs puts one up and no good. When you get into foul trouble, your playing style tends to be a little bit more reserved, which then you get a little less flow. You start hesitating more. So hopefully Coach Brock in his years of coaching is able to get these guys, wrap their brain around, get them mentally ready for the next quarter of this game. All right, Mason Knudsen has it over to Tao, and he missed both. Knudsen has it, finds Powick on the side. Powick looks to drive, tries to get it to Tao, but Tao is just a little bit too far away, couldn't quite get it. Out of bounds, Haines ball. Gets it to Combs. 4 minutes and 30 seconds, 35-26. Combs, screen up top by Stickler, looks to drive, throws it off the backboard, no good. Rebound, Tao. Candle. Tao. Mason Knudsen. Mason Knudsen over to Powick. Powick. Mason Knudsen on the side again. Candle. Powick on the side. Tries to get it to Tao. Tao wasn't even there. About Haines. And Haines tries to drive. Combs tries to drive all the way around. Just kind of flicks one up. No good. And Petersburg gets possession. Then Powick goes in for a drive here. Tries to get around, tries to throw one up, no good. Rebound Stickler, and then Haines ball. Combs is bringing it up. Combs gets it to Davis on the side. Davis drives all the way around, almost open, and he goes up, and he gets fouled by Tao. Now we're at 5 fouls for Petersburg. So that means it'll go straight to the line. From every foul here on out, they're always going to go to the line. So my understanding of the fouls now, and again, this could be everybody already probably knows, but for me, it's 5 fouls per quarter. They scratch it back to 0. It used to be 5 fouls, you do 1 and 1, and then if you hit 10 fouls, you had, shoot 2. But now they're just doing 5 fouls per quarter, straight to 2 to 2 right off the bat. So Davis put one up. It was in. Second one in. 35-28. Petersburg lead. Mason Knutson on the side. Gets the Candle. Over to Powick. Powick kind of drives, doesn't like it. Finds Knutson. Over to Camden Johnson. Camden Johnson takes a 3. Off the rim. No good. Tao gets the rebound. Throws it out to Powick. Knutson has it up top again. Tao. Powick in the corner. Powick's kind of driving around. Finds Rich Raids. Throws it down to Tao. Tao gets it to Camden Johnson. Drives baseline, gets it to Candle. Candle almost takes it. Pass it over to Mason Knutson for a 3. Air ball, no good. Davis with the rebound. Haines possession. 35-28, under 3 minutes left. Lloyd up the side. Over to Davis. Davis down to Stickler. Stickler looks to put it off the backboard, and it's in. Backboard, excuse me. 35-30, Petersburg lead. Haines is creeping up right now. Petersburg needs to find their momentum, find their stride. Camden Johnson looks to kind of drive in. Kind of bumps around, gets it to Tao. Tao takes a 3, no good. Rebound goes to Stickler. Haines possession. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left, 35-30. Throws it all the way down to Lloyd. Combs has it, Combs drives. Combs puts one up. Bounces around the rim, no good. Stickler gets the ball, goes up, and he gets an and 1 call. Boom. 35-32, 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. Stickler was excited on that. He's going to go for the and 1 here. Now it is going to be a timeout called. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here, you guys. There's a lot of calls on Petersburg right now. That'll be the 6th foul call against Petersburg in just this quarter. That's probably more than they had all yesterday in their game. So Mr. Brock is giving a good talk to him to try to be like, hey, you can still play hard without fouling hard. So Casey Flint, Ben Case, Jim Ingle out there looking good. Striped shirts. We're thankful for the refs that we have. It's a hard gig, but we're thankful that we have people that are willing to do it. 35-32. Petersburg still has a lead, but Haines has been able to inch their way back into being within 1 possession. Right now, Stickler's at the line. He's going to be shooting his and 1. We'll see if Stickler can do it. Throws one up and bounces around, no good. 35-32, 2 minutes left here in this ball game. Finds Lutomsky down low. Lutomsky over to Candle. Candle throws it across to Johnson. Johnson looks to drive. Throws a little spin move and a little floater, and it's in. 37-32, under 2 minutes left here in this third quarter. Combs is looking for a high screen by Stickler. Stickler gets the screen. Combs tries to drive. Nope. Throws it to Lloyd. Combs to Stickler down low. Stickler's going to try to bump and grind his way down in there. Tries to throw it off the backboard. No good. Tao with the rebound. 37-32. 1:30 left. All the way around. Tao has it up top. Gets to Lutomsky on the side. And they're just passing around. Powick has the side. Gets to Johnson. Johnson looks to drive baseline. Nope. Doesn't like it. Gets it to Powick. Back up. Swinging. Then Tao looks to drive baseline, and then there's a body call on Stickler as he was going. Now that it will be, I believe, Stickler's 4th foul here in this ball game. That's Haynes' first on this quarter, so Stickler's going to be coming out 37-32. It's tough when you're the largest person out there. Your body tends to, anybody smaller that bounces off you, you're going to get the foul call, and that's exactly what happened to Stickler there. Peterson throws it in, gets it to Candle up top. Candle, Holmgren drives, throws up a little floater, no good. J.C. Davis with the rebound, throws it up to Combs. Combs is basically alone, goes up, throws it in. 37-34, 55 seconds left, throws it up to Mason Knutson. Mason Knutson throws it to Johnson. Johnson has it up top. To Holmgren. Holmgren looking around. Looks to get it to Johnson. Johnson looking down, finds Tao at the elbow. Kind of throwing around. He's looking for movement. He starts to drive in, finds Holmgren on the side for a 3, and it's in. 40-34, 26 seconds left. Holmes taking up the ball, trying to slow everybody down. I believe he wants to take the last shot here. Davis back to Combs. 16 seconds left. Combs has it, 40-34. See what Combs does. High screen coming up on the right side, looks to jump around, jumps through defenders, throws one up high off the backboard, no good. Mason Knudsen with the rebound, 3 seconds left. Tries to get it to Johnson. Oh, man, okay, there you go. I'll explain that here in just a minute. Mason gets it, throws it up, tries to throw it to Camden Johnson up top. It was taken away by, I believe, Lloyd, and then Lloyd just hucks it with under 1 second left. It didn't look very good, but it was bank and in for a 3-point shot at the half-court line. So it is 40-37 at the end of the 5th quarter. Britton, take it away. Give me a minute.
Wow. What a play to end that half, James. And I'm just running my numbers here. That they've been outscored. Petersburg's been outscored 16-9 in the 3rd quarter there.
Yeah.
And they're in foul trouble. They've got Stickler in foul trouble that you said. Definitely going to factor here into the 4th, being the biggest body on the floor. But Petersburg's got their work cut out for them. They're not out of this yet, and Haines isn't going to go away.
No, Haines is not going away. They're doing their best to try to inch back, and it's a whirlwind up here. So if anybody's listening, you want to catch the last quarter of the game, sneak your way up here. I'm sure everybody would be happy for more bodies in the building. So
if you're Rick Brock, James, what are you telling the guys going into this 4th quarter?
I'm Rick Brock, and what am I telling the guys? I'm going to tell them that, Haines is drawing fouls. Why aren't we? Why aren't we drawing fouls? Why aren't we taking the risk and getting to the rim like what they're doing? So that's what I'd be doing. I'd be adding the same pressure that Haines is adding on us. So anyhow, thank you, Britton. We're going to start this 4th quarter. Haines has possession, 40-37. Haines has been able to inch their way back up. Holmes gets it over to Davis. Davis looks to drive, tries to get a sweep down low, but Davis just threw it a little hard and it went out of bounds. So Petersburg possession. Looks like Haines is going to be going to full court press here. Kind of like full court man defense, but it's kind of weak, but just adding that extra defense. Camden Johnson has it, almost fumbles it, and does, and then ends up being Haines' possession, but a lot of fumbling, and then Tao goes in, but Jones still has it. Oh my gosh, Jones has the ball. Shortest guy with the best mullet, I think, for the evening, able to retain that possession. Combs has it. Gets a screen to the right side, rolls around, finds Jones. Jones looks around, finds Lloyd. Lloyd looks to go around, little mid-range off the backboard, no good. Sweet gets the rebound. Sweet tries to go up, off the backboard, no good. Holmgren with the rebound. Johnson has the ball, brings it up the court. Looks to drive, he sees an opening, he puts one up and in. 42-37, Petersburg leads with 7 minutes left here in this ball game. Combs drives. Nope, doesn't like it, kicks it out. Davis to Lloyd. Jones. Gets it to Combs. Combs looks to drive to the center. He throws one up into defense, no good. Mason Knudsen with the rebound. Camden Johnson is going to be bringing it up the court. Mason Knudsen, Holmgren over to Kendall. Mason Knudsen is wide open, pump fake, drive, kicks it out to Logan Tao. Logan Tao for a 3, and it's in. Colton Combs is going to be bringing up 45-37. 6 minutes and 10 seconds left here in this ball game. Combs has it up top, gets it, looks to drive around, throws it high off the backboard, and gets called on the foul. So 45-37, 6 minutes and 4 seconds left here in the game. The call was on Tao. That's his second. Combs throws one up, and it's in. All right, there's some big changes here for Petersburg. Looks like Tucker, Powick, and Big Knutson's coming in. And he's going for Little Knutson, Candle, and Holmgren. 45-38, 6 minutes left here in the ball game. Holmes is going for a second. And it's in. All right. Powick's going to be bringing up the court over to Tucker. Tucker looking around. He's on the side. Finds Knutson. Brings it back up top to Powick. Over to the side of Tucker. To Camden Johnson. They just kind of pass it around from the side to the middle. Tucker has it up top. Over to Powick. Powick looking around. Gets it Knutson. Knutson takes a three at the top of the key. No good. Rebound Johnson. Petersburg has possession. Knutson looks to drive in. Puts it off the backboard. No good. Rebound Haines. Holmes brings it up the court. Holmes gets it to Farron. Farron. Sweet. Oh, excuse me, Lloyd. Davis tries to drive it in. Doesn't like it. Gets it out to Pumps again. Looks to drive. Nope. Kind of jumping around. Farron. Farron. He picked up his dribble a little soon in the corner there. And then it was picked out on the pass there. Petersburg possession. So it's Haines' ball in front of the Haines bench. And they're going to be thrown in 45-39. 5 minutes left here in the game. Davis throws into Combs. Combs. Gets it to Lloyd. Lloyd drives baseline and gets called in the body by Johnson as he was driving around. 45-39. Johnson shakes his head. He's not liking that his body's in the way. That's his first, though, so he's still got 4 more. That's good. He is coming out. Candle's going to be doing it. All right, we got a full timeout, so we're going to kick it over to the studio from a word from our sponsors.
Play-by-play coverage of Vikings basketball on KFSK is made possible by the following businesses and organizations: Anchor Properties and Tongass Federal Credit Union. A big thank you to the sponsors from the players, coaches, parents, and families near and far, and all the listeners here on KFSK.
All right, yeah, Haines right there doing exactly what they want to do, get to the line, try and put points on the board while they're down, and they're still in a good position to cut away into this lead.
Yeah, and Petersburg is doing an okay job of just keeping the lead, so 45-39, they're up by 6 right now. You know, and this is where having an experienced team comes into play, right? So we are still kind of young, but I feel like everyone thinks Petersburg is still young, but these guys have been together for, you know, these seniors. They've been together for 4 years. There's 4 seniors on the starting 5, so hopefully that experience will lead them to the win tonight. So
yeah. And big
back
3 there by
the-
Logan Town.
Yeah. Petersburg's coming in a little late there. Oh, they almost gave it to Haines just with no Petersburg defenders in. Haines throws it in immediately, gets it to Stickler. Stickler puts it up, no good. Gives it to Tao. Tao with the rebound. So, Powick, 45-39. Tao up top, over to Powick. Powick gets to Knutson down low. Knutson bodies his way in, throws up a little floater, and puts it in. Aiden Knutson with the 2. 47-39. Holmes has it, looks to do a little drive, kind of passes it around. Davis looks to drive. He's going to bump his way in, off the backboard, no good. Rebound was poked out by Tao, so Haines retains possession. Haines has the ball underneath the hoop. Davis is going to throw it in. Davis looks right down low to Lloyd. Lloyd throws one up real quick, no good. Rebound, Tao. Powick throws it up to Knutson down low, wide open, throws one up and in. Aiden Knutson, good pass, good low pass by Powick from half court down to Knutson, throws it up and in. 49-39 Petersburg lead with 4 minutes left. Combs looks to drive, throws one up, no good. Rebound is a fight, and foul is on Stickler, and Stickler is out of the game. That is his 5th and final foul. He is out. That's a tough one for Haines. Stickler was kind of their main rebounder and probably the second highest scorer, at least in the last game. So we'll see how Haines can adjust with that. So 49-39, 3 minutes and 47 seconds left. Tao is going to be throwing it in with a full court press by Haines. Well, a full court man, I would say. Powell just brings it down, throws it to Tucker. Tucker, Powell up top. Powell brings it to the other side. Candle. Over to Powell. Powell down to Tao. Tao throws it up, and it's in. Kind of bodies his way in there with a little nod at the end. He likes that. 51-39, 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. Colton Combs for a deep 3. No good. Rebound Tao. Tries to throw it up to Tucker. Kind of does, but then is picked away by Combs. Combs has the ball. He's going to go coast to coast. Euro step. Throws up a floater. No good. J.C. Davis just comes right behind. Gets it up, and it's in. J.C. Davis. 51-41, 3 minutes left, and there is a timeout called by Rick Brock. And I believe it is a 30-second timeout. Oh, no, full timeout here in Petersburg. So we're going to send it back to the KFSK from a word from one of our sponsors.
The coverage of Vikings basketball on KFSK is made possible by the following businesses and organizations: Anchor Properties and Tongass Federal Credit Union. A big thank you to the sponsors from the players, coaches, parents, and families near and far, and all the listeners here on KFSK.
Yeah, what a game. What a game. 51-41. Petersburg leads. Under 3 minutes left here in the ball game. Haines lost their probably the largest player on their team, Stickler, and because he fouled out. So Haines has to make some adjustments in order to whittle away at this lead in order to catch up to Petersburg. Petersburg's doing well. When they lost a slight momentum, Brock is doing some good shifts in players to keep that intensity up because other players on that bench are just hungry to get in. I think that's what's keeping the Petersburg fire going. So Tao is going to be thrown in with the full court man pressure. Tao looks to give it to Powick. Powick going to drive down. Powick over to Candle. Candle looking around, looks to drive in, doesn't like it, gets to Knutson finds Tucker. Candle. Powick over the top. Tao at the top. Tucker on the side, finds Candle. But there's a lot of switching up top here. So Powick over to Tao on the side. Nope, doesn't like it, swinging it all the way around. Tucker throws it down to Tao. Tao doesn't like it. Tries to find a backdoor cut by Candle. Tries to throw it up, and he gets fouled by Lloyd. Candle's going to be going to the line. That's something that I like to see. Draw some fouls. Get some points. 51-41. Candle's at the line. He's going to throw it up, and it's in. All right, 52-41, Petersburg leads. Second one's up. No good, rebound sweep. Gets it to Combs. Combs going around. Tries to bring it all the way down, no good. And he immediately goes for a foul. I don't know if that was the right move for Combs to foul with 2 minutes left. Hard defense, I understand, but not sure that would have been the move. But anyways, it's his only second foul, so maybe he had one to give. 52-41, Petersburg has the ball underneath the hoop. Hard pressure by Haines. Throws it into Powick with a lot of pressure, and then Combs is adding so much pressure onto Powick and fouls him. So third foul by Combs. Hard pressure by Haines defense on a full court press. Tao looks to throw it in. Tao looks it, gives it to Powick. Powick gets trapped in the corner, and it's immediately fouled by Sweet, number 32. So now it looks like Powick is going to be going to the line. They have 5 fouls now. So maybe that was the idea, is to get up to 5 fouls so that they can have more time to get some shots off. 52-41, 2 minutes and 7 seconds left. Maybe that's Haines. That's what Haines was thinking. All right. Looks like Powick's taking a breath. Puts it up, and it's in. All right. Sparkly fingers by the cheerleaders. See if that'll help on the second one. Up, and it's in. Don't knock it if it doesn't work. All right, Combs brings it up. 54-41, Davis. And he's called for a travel, Davis. So when Davis went to go pick up that ball, he kind of did like this half step when he picked up that ball because he wasn't sure if he was going to stop or move, and that's where the travel call happened. 54-41, Tucker has the ball, and then there is a immediate foul call on Tucker by Jones. Tucker's going to be going to the free throw line. 2 minutes left. So Tucker's going to throw it up. No good. I'm counting up some points while we have a little minute here. So as Tucker's going to be taking his second. Tucker throws up a second. No good. Rebound goes to Lloyd. Holmes looks to drive. Gets it to Davis. Davis gets it to Lloyd. Lloyd jacks up a 3. Rebound Sweet. Jones jacks up a 3. No good. Holmes almost gets the rebound. Gets it to Powick. Tries to foul him and does at the very last bit there. 4 fouls by Combs. Now I know that they want to slow it down, but now it's the best player on their team has the 4th foul. And now you have to play it a little bit off with 1 minute and 37 seconds left. 54-41. Powick is at the line. And it's good. Johnson's going to be coming in for Tucker. 55-41. Powick takes a nice deep breath. 1 dribble. Up. And no good. Rebound, Sweet. Sweet throws it up to... Oh my gosh. Okay, so throws it up to Lloyd. Lloyd's immediately back to Sweet. Sweet was not ready. Sweet throws it right out of bounds. 55-41, 1 minute 31 seconds left. High defense by Haines right now. Gets it to Powick. Powick throws up to Johnson. Johnson drives it up. Candle, they have broke the press. Finds Tao up the top. Gets it to Powick. Powick drives around. Gets to Knutson down low. Knutson just throws it up and called for the foul. So 55-41. And Knutson's going to the line.
What an answer by Petersburg this quarter. After a rough third quarter, now they've outscored Haines 14-4.
Yeah,
what an adjustment.
They have made some adjustments, and they're keeping their composure. You're watching Haines, and although a great team, the composure is kind of slipping just a little bit, and that's just enough. And Petersburg's a good enough team to be able to capitalize on that. So Knutson makes, I think, just one of them. 57-41. Holmes throws a deep 3 and it's good. Oof! He just is trying to will this together. 57-44. Powick. Johnson's bringing up hard defense. Powick. And full timeout is called by Rick Brock. So 57-44. Petersburg is in the lead. I'm going to do a quick one to our sponsors, and then we'll bring it right back to you guys.
Play coverage of Vikings basketball on KFSK is made possible by the following businesses and organizations: Anchor Properties and Tongass Federal Credit Union. A big thank you to the sponsors from the players, coaches, parents, and families near and far, and all the listeners here on KFSK.
All right, that gave me enough time to start counting some points up here. Wanted to make sure that I can get some. I can get you guys some stats as we go along here. At the very end, at least, give you guys at least what everyone's scoring. As well just. But all right, there's a minute left. 57-44. Petersburg's leading. Throws it into Powick. Powick gets trapped right at the half-court line. And because he was in the half court on the other side, he did get his heel into the other side of the half court, and that is it over and back. So 57-44, that's Haines' possession. They throw it in, they get it to Combs. Combs looks for a high screen, throws up a deep three again, no good. Jones throws up 1-2, and he throws like a little turnaround mid-range. Hard defense by Haines. 57-46, Edgar Olson's in. Edgar Olson's getting trapped in the corner by Haines. Haines is almost able to get it, and it will be Petersburg ball. 57-46, 11-point lead with 37 seconds left. Edgar Olson's going to be throwing it in. Throws it into Candle. Candle in the very, very corner, throws it up to Tao. Tao over to Powick. Powick. Edgar Olson finds Eli Anderson down low for an up and in. Combs, 23 seconds left, gets it to Lloyd. Lloyd's going to be driving baseline, finds Sweet. Sweet puts one up, off the backboard, no good. Then he tries to get it back up again, but it was a foul on the ground. So 59-46, 16 seconds left here in this game. And I would say, I don't want to jinx it, but 13-point lead with 16 seconds left. We'll see. Haines throws it into Lloyd. Combs for a very deep three. No good. Rebound goes to Jones. And then he's going to try to jack one up. 8 seconds left. Right at the baseline. No good. Tao's going to just get the rebound. He's going to hold in. That, everybody, right there is the end of the ball game. Your Petersburg Vikings take the W at home against Haines, who was an undefeated team up until they come to the Viking territory. 59-46, the Petersburg Vikings take the W. What a game. It was very good. I enjoyed broadcasting that for everybody at home and anybody in Haines I was watching. I have a little bit of stats for everybody, as best as I could as I was doing this, but we'll start with your Haines Glacier Bears. The leading scorer for the Haines Glacier Bear was Colton Combs with 13 points. Right behind was James Stickler with 8. J.C. Davis was 7. J.C. Davis was 7. Wade Lloyd with 6. And you had 9 points for Jones, Isaac Jones. And Spencer Baumgartner with that 3 there. So that's your Haines Glacier Bears. And for the Petersburg Vikings, your leading scorer was Logan Tao with 12, Aiden Knutson with 10, Noah Powick with 8, Mason Knutson with 10 for the early 10, Camden Johnson with 8, Ben Candle with 4, and you got a 3 by Alex Holmgren, Brady Tucker with 2, Eli Anderson with 2. See, and if you look at those scores, and as I'm saying them, you can tell that there's just a deeper bench there for the Petersburg Vikings. They were able to score a variety of different people there. So, great game, everybody. I hope you guys were able to tune in. Thanks so much for allowing me to do this. The girls' game is coming up here in about 20 minutes. Thanks to everybody at KFSK, Britton Erickson for volunteering his time to do it with me. And I guess that's it. I will see you guys here in about 20 minutes. Britton.
Thank you, James. I'll get the tunes on.
All right, thank you.
All right, you're listening to KFSK Petersburg. Just wrapped up the Boys basketball game versus Haines, final score 57-46. And the girls game is coming up in about 19 minutes. Until then, we're going to listen to some tunes. Hope you're having a good evening so far.
Seems I've got to have a chance to see every night I have a stranger thing, and something by the way I could have been left you on my own arm. So it seems I've got to leave before I start to scream. For some locked the door and cut the key. I'm not feeling too good myself. Yes, sir. I'm not feeling that good myself. Boy, you shot at me, going back round. Even now I said, if I wonder why, that when I think of you, I find myself to cry. I just can't waste my time. I must get tired. Gotta stop and deep end. The boys laugh. Folks have too much to do before I die. Hey, it's alright. I'm not feeling too good myself. Oh no, feeling alright. I'm not feeling too good, little girl. Get too low, and all I say, yeah, better time, you know I really felt that way. But there was then, and now you know, just today. I can't get set, so I guess I'm here to stay. Till someone comes along and take my place, yeah. Well, a different name, whoa, and a different place. I'm not feeling that good myself. Feeling all like I know it. Hey, I'm not feeling that good myself. Oh, I'm feeling all right. Yeah, I'm not feeling that good myself. But I'm not feeling good myself. You can tell the way it's all right. I'm not feeling too good myself. I'll tell you. Oh, you're feeling all right.
But it's hard because I'm more just focused here. Yeah. It's hard when I'm not sitting there. I'm not Julian if he wants to step back.
Been round the door, I gotta see right.
All right, we're just about set
Yeah,
to
I'm here.
get on with the girls' game.
We are 2 minutes away, everybody. 2 minutes away from the girls' Lady Vikings versus the Haines Lady Glacier Bears. Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. I'm hoping that Haines, they had a out their offense and get a little closer game tonight. I'm pretty sure, I could be mistaken, but that was Petersburg's first win in a while, so that was good and in dominant fashion, so that was even better. Let's see here. Looks like the cheerleaders are out there in their black uniforms with a little sparkly blue and silver. Little fit check. 4 boys out there. That's actually pretty good for our boys, or just like, cheerleading in general, just having boys out there. And of course, 3 of them are my wrestlers. Wrestlers know how to move their body. Or can lift the girls, so there you go.
Yeah, and one thing about the cheerleaders that people don't realize is that's something you can continue to do in college, and I'll tell you, it's a lot easier to go to March Madness as a cheerleader or playing in the band than it is as a basketball player.
And were you in the band?
Yeah, I played trumpet in the pep band, so I got to make a few trips, and that was always a fun time.
Watching being able to go as a pep band, and we'll also go watch the cheerleaders come as well. It's always, anything you can do to get to those nice games, big games too.
Yeah, it was one of the highlights every spring.
Every spring. So, Jamie Cabral is doing the sportsmanship chat. He's bringing up 2 ladies to talk. I believe the first one is Elliott, CC Elliott, and the other one is Emma Anderson. So, again, this is the scariest part for most kids. Microphone in front of a large crowd, heads are down, voices are quiet. But they did it. Congrats to them. Now, Haines, the Haines ladies, they've had a rough couple weeks. I had heard through the coaches, and the coaches are old friends of mine, and they were telling me that they've had in the last, for the girls team, 2 of their main starters, one of them torn MCL, the other one just recently, I think, something with her ankle, maybe broke her ankle, and so it's not very fun, and it kind of loses momentum when you have that kind of stuff. But you know what? They're still here after a week of travel. They're still here. They're still ready to fight, and they have smiles on their faces. Like, what more can you ask? When you travel in Southeast Alaska and how we travel and all that, it's like the fact that they still have the energy, and it's great. So we're grateful for the Glacier Bears to be here, and it's kind of fun. The assistant coach for both the boys and girls, they're married to each other, and they also brought their 13-month-old on the trip. And so the assistant coach over there is bouncing around with her child, so it's pretty fun. So anyways, your starting 5 for your Petersburg Viking is Lexi Tao. We have Simone Nielsen. Senior, Aurora Wolf. We got number 21, Rika Miller. And then number 32, Natalie Bertagnoli. That's your starting 5 for your Lady Vikings. Your starting 5 for your Haines Glacier Bears. I missed it. I was talking a little too much. We have CC Elliott. We have Sophia Hedden. We have, I'll let you guys know as we go into this. All right. Go Big Blue. All right. You have Sophia Hedden, Annabelle, Elliott, Lappery, and Swanner. All right, here we go. Here comes the jump. We have Kurt out there, and the jump goes to Haines. Sophia Hedden with the ball. Swanner takes a 3 immediately off the rim, no good. They chase to get the rebound, and it goes to Petersburg possession. So as your referees tonight, we have Casey Flint, Jim Engel, and Kurt Burchill. Ricka Miller has it. Nielsen. Ricka drives, kicks it to Tao on the side. Tao looks to drive all the way in. Doesn't quite like it, dribbles it out, gets it to Nielsen, back over to Ricka. Ricka looks down, doesn't really like what she sees. There's a 2-3 zone going in for the Haines Lady Bears, and Ricka looked to throw it down low and down to, I believe, Tao, and just wasn't able to get it. So Haines ball. So Hedden has the ball. She's fumbling it with the full court press, and Hedden just kind of throws it away. So Petersburg possession. Hedden knows it. She even said, "Hey, my bad." 0-0 as we start this game. Nielsen throws it into Ricka. Miller. 2-3 zone by the Glacier Bears. Nielsen to Tao over the side. Tao drives baseline. Tries to throw it up off the backboard. No good. Rebound goes to Elliott. Hedden gets the ball. Brings up the court. Hedden. She picked up her dribble a little early as she was trying to get across the other side, and then she dragged that pivot foot, so it was a travel. All right. Looks like Miller throws it into Tao. Tao looking around. 2-3 zone by the Haines Lady Bears. Nielsen to the side. Nielsen tries to drive, and as she drives, she gets called on a foul. On foul, it goes to number 1, Sophia Hedden. And it looks like Petersburg will be throwing the ball into the side there. Tao. Over to Nielsen. Over to Miller. Miller drives. And as she drives, she gets bumped on the body by Lappery. Number 25 takes the foul. Already 2 fouls here for the Glacier Bears. They want to make sure they stay out of foul trouble here. They don't have that big of a bench. I don't think they can afford it. Nielsen on the side, almost gets trapped. Finds Bertinoli on a cross throw. Gets to the Tao up top. Tao to Nielsen on the side. Nielsen wasn't quite in position on that pass, so it got poked out of bounds. Haines ball. Elliott. Elliott looks to throw in on a hard man-to-man defense. Haines looks to throw it up, gets it to Lappery, throws it to Swanner. Swanner goes for a deep 3 off the backboard, no good. Elliott gets it down, throws it to Lappery down low. Lappery throws it up, no good. She's fumbling it. Annabelle was able to hold the ball, and then Wolf just kind of dives in, and it goes to a jump ball. And the jump ball goes to Petersburg. So the next jump ball will go over to the Haines Lady Bears. Tao brings it up the court. Over to Ricka on the side. Hands off back to Tao. Nielsen. Nielsen swings it to the other side. Then all the way back to Tao. Tao kind of goes to the middle, doesn't quite like it, brings it out. Miller brings it down, drives baseline, gets it to Wolf. Wolf kind of fumbles it, but they're able to recover. Bertignoli down low. Bertignoli tries to drive in, throws it up, blocked by Elliott. Haines ball. 0-0. 5 minutes, 50 seconds left. Hedden has the ball, bringing it up the court. Hedden gets a high screen, goes around, picks up the dribble, gets it to Swanner. Swanner looking around. Tries to throw it down to Elliott, but can't quite do it. And it's picked away, then it's a scramble, mad scramble for him. Annabelle was able to recover, Haines has the ball. Another scramble, Hedden is able to get it, brings it up the court, gets it to Swanner, but then thrown away, gets it right to Wolf. And now Tao has the ball. She brings it up and slows everything down. 2-3 zone. Ricka has the ball over on the side. Brings it up to the middle. Looking around. We have Nielsen just kind of running back and forth on the baseline. Nielsen for a long 2 on the baseline. No good. Rebound, Elliott. Haines possession. Hedden bringing up the court. We're still 0-0. Under 5 minutes left here in this first quarter. Hedden. Over to Swanner. Swanner, Hedden, side. Hedden getting hard defense by Miller, gets swapped away. Now it's a mad scramble for the ball, and all the girls jump in on it, and there's a jump ball called on by Kurt. And it will be Haines' possession on this jump ball. Elliott looks to throw in. Hard defense on Petersburg, man-to-man the whole way. Throws it to Swanner down low at the top of the 3. She looks to drive, gets it off her knee, but able to recover, finds Elliott, but then poked away. Good defense by Bertagnoli. Haines ball thrown in by the three-point line at the base. On the baseline by the three-point line. Swanner looks to throw it into Bell. Bell throws it up to Haddon. Haddon is hesitant to shoot. She doesn't, so it gives to Lapry. Lapry shoots air ball. I think it was a little bit touched by Petersburg, and so it was touched by Petersburg, and then when she threw it back in, Petersburg got it right on the corner there, so it's Haines' possession. Elliott throws in. Bell. Bell looks at the rim, kind of dribbles down, tries to get to the head and down low with the cut, fumbles it, out of bounds. Petersburg possession. 4 minutes and 18 seconds left here in this first quarter, 0-0. Tao looks to bring it up. Tao, Miller. Over to Nielsen. Nielsen finds Miller on the side. Miller drives baseline, and she gets body foul call as she drives baseline. I think Miller is good at drawing that foul. She likes to drive that baseline. The Lady Glacier Bears got to start seeing that. Maybe I could see it just because I have a bird-eye view, but that's just me. Miller throws it into Wolf. Wolf puts it off the backboard. No good. Rebound. Elliott. Hedden brings up the court. Hedden finds, tries to get it to number 20. Give me a second while I figure out who. 31. Nelson. Nelson's in the ball game. Tao has it on the side. Gives it to Miller up top. Miller calling plays. Nielsen to Tao on the side. Tao doesn't like it. Finds Bertagnoli alone. Down low. Throws it up. No good. Rebound Elliott. Elliott is just pulling rebounds left and right for Haines right now. They got to stop her, box her out in order for Petersburg to get second chance looks here. Hedden throws up to Swanner. Swanner almost loses it and throws it in wildly, but Nielsen is able to recover. Tries to throw it to Cutting Miller. It's picked away by Hedden. Hedden is bringing up the court. Hedden crossover by Miller, and then throws it right to Tao. Tao now one-on-one. Tao goes coast to coast. Does she do it? And she puts it up and in and one. First points of the night, and it's an and one. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So that is Lexi Tao. She was the high scorer of last night. Now she's at the line, shooting her and one. First points of the night. I will say that it is a much closer game now than it was last night. So Haines is either playing a lot tighter or Petersburg is losing momentum. But right now, I just love that it's a nice close game. They're both playing hard. We like to see good basketball. Nelson has the ball. Kicks it out to Mary Bell, the sister, I assume, to Annabelle. Gets it to her sister, Annabelle. I'm not going to say sister anymore. I don't know who. Elliott down low to Nelson. And as the ball was coming down, Wolf just kind of bodied Nelson and got the foul right there. So that's actually Petersburg's first foul. It's four fouls to one. Haines has a lot more fouls. Hedden has the ball. Throws it to Nelson, gets it down to Elliott. Elliott throws it back out to Hedden. Gets it to Mary Bell. Mary Bell drives. Doesn't like it. Finds Nelson. Nelson gets it to Annabelle. Annabelle throws a wild one up. No good. Nelson gets the rebound. Tries to throw it up. No good. Bertagnoli with the rebound. Tao. Tao looks to bring it up. Miller. Miller on the side. Flint is in the ball game. Tao looks to Wolf down low. Wolf looks to throw one up off the backboard. No good. He gets her own rebound. Throws it out to Flint. Tao to Miller. Miller who drives. Goes around, finds Bertagnoli down low. Pump fake. Drive. Loses it. Hedden with the rebound. Haines ball. She gets it poked away though. Hedden's able to figure it out and she gets called on the foul. Bertagnoli kind of came in with a hard foul there as she was coming in for the ball. Aim for the ball, not the body. Then it'll be a jump call. All right, Elliott. It's 2-0 with 1:42 left here in this first. Elliott throws it into Bell. Bell gets the ball, looking around, looks to dribble. Finds Mary Bell. Out of bounds. Poked away by Tao on the pass there. Elliott looks to throw in. Elliott tries to throw it into Annabelle. Stolen away by Flint. Flint looks to drive. Doesn't like it. She's going to kick it out to Miller. Miller's going to bring it up. Try to set up a play. Tao on the side. Finds Flint alone, but Flint kind of panicked. She was by herself. Tries to throw it to Berkinoli, and it was off of Haines' foot there. So Petersburg possession underneath the hoop. Throws it into Berkinoli. Berkinoli is wide open. It's a little pass and up and in. Natalie Bertignoli. 4-0. 1:10 left here in this game. Or, excuse me, first quarter. Hedden to Annabelle. Or Mary Bell. Mary Bell back to Hedden. They're kind of stuck on the side with hard defense by the Petersburg Vikings. Elliott back to Mary Bell. Mary Bell looks to go around. And I believe it was a travel call on Mary Bell. So 50 seconds left. Tao is going to bring it up the court. Tao gets it to Flint on the side. Flint back up to Tao. Kind of poked a little bit by Hedden there. Tao looks to drive around. Finds Miller on the side. Two. Bertignoli with the rebound. She throws up a wild one. Off the backboard, no good. And then is poked away by a Haines player there. So it is Petersburg possession. Excuse me. Correction. Nope. It is Petersburg possession. 30 seconds left. 4-0. Petersburg has it underneath the hoop. Gets it to Lexi Tao for a three. Off the rim, no good. Wolf almost gets the rebound. And it will be Haines' ball. Kind of poked out of there by Wolf. Bell, Elliott tries to throw up to Hedden. Stolen away by, or tried to be stolen away by Tao. Then a wild throw by Hedden. Wolf gets the rebound. Tries to throw it. Out on Nelson. Then it's out on, then it's out on Nelson. A lot of movement here. So Flint is going to be thrown in. 13 seconds left. Miller has the ball. 4-0. What will they do with 9 seconds left? Flint looks to drive. Nope. Gets it to Miller. Miller's going to go around the screen. Finds Tao. Tao's going to jack up a three. It's up. It's air ball. No good. And that is the end of the first quarter here. 4-0. Your Lady Vikings lead the Haines Lady Glacier Bear. I'm going to kick it over to the KFSK with a word from our sponsors.
Play-by-play coverage of Vikings basketball on KFSK is made possible by the following businesses and organizations: Anchor Properties and Tongass Federal Credit Union. A big thank you to the sponsors from the players, coaches, parents, and families near and far, and all the listeners here on KFSK.
Thank you for your commentary so far, James. Low-scoring game, defensive battle, but Hank can get right back in it with just one bucket.
They really can. It's only a two-possession game. I mean, compared to last night, where the Petersburg was just basically dunking on Haines, this is a much, much tighter game. And so, yeah, no, it's a nice, fun game. I'm playing with the Haines team over there. It's a lot of fun. But yes, it's a good game. We're having fun up here. I think everybody in the stands is having fun. Friday night in the gymnasium. It's dreary out. This is where you want to be. Listening to me, I'm sure. All right, Petersburg has the ball. Gets it to Tao in the corner. Tao gets it to Ricka. Miller, Bertignoli at the top of the key. Throws it back out. Ooh, tries to get it to Flint, but poked away by Swanner. So 4-0, Petersburg leads. Flint over to Miller. Tao. Down to a wide open Bertignoli, and she just banks that in. Easy layup. Easy. We like seeing that. 6-0. Haines has it. Hard defense by Petersburg. Elliott's going to be bringing up the court. Finds Swanner down low. Open. She throws it up and immediately found by Tao. 6-0. Swanner's going to be going to the line. This is a chance for Haines to put some numbers on the board here. Up, no good. Second one coming. Up, no good. Rebound goes to Bertignoli. Fight down low, but she's able to keep it. Tao bringing up the court. Over to Miller. Miller, Tao. Tao's looking around. She's at the top of the key. She wants some movement. Finds Miller on the side. Gets it down to Wolf. Wolf can't quite handle it. Throws it out. Throws it right to Hedden. Hedden, Haines ball. Hedden up to Mary Annabelle. Throws it down to Elliott. Elliott gets the ball. Works her way down. Works her way down against Bertignoli. Doesn't like it. Throws it to cutting Annabelle. Throws up. No good. Petersburg possession. 6-0. 6 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the second quarter. All right, Miller brings it up. Flint finds Bertignoli. Bertignoli tries to drive, poked away, drops down on it. And I think it was a travel call on Bertignoli as she fell. When you fall on the ground and you try to get that ball, as soon as you roll, that is considered a travel, right? So if you're going to go down onto the ground, you just kind of have to lift up. You can't be doing any rolling to consider that movement. So Haines looks to throw it in, and then immediately hard pressure by Petersburg, and Tao was able to steal the ball and put it in. Tao with the 8-0. Now, Petersburg is putting hard man-to-man defense full court, and it's frustrating the Haines Bears because it just happened, and then Hedden just threw it out of bounds. So Petersburg possession again, 8-0. Nielsen, Flint drives baseline, throws up a little floater, and it's in. (10-0). Hard defense, and again, just stolen away, thrown away by Haines. Petersburg possession again, 10-0, under 6 minutes. Flint over to Miller. Miller looking around. Flint, Nielsen down to Wolf. Wolf turns around, getting a lot of defenders on her. Tries to throw it away, and she did throw it away, and Haines was able to steal the ball. Hedden brings it up the court to Annabelle. Annabelle tries to get to Swanner. Lexi Tao with the steal. She's going to go body it in, up against the glass, no good. Goes a little too hard on the return to try to get the ball and gets fouled. Wait. Whoa, no. I'm just kidding. Haines called a timeout. 30-second timeout called by Haines. So it's 10-0. Petersburg found a little breathing room here. They were able to get some scoring. Now their hard defense for the full court is what's frustrating the Haines Lady Glacier Bears. They're having a hard time getting it past that half-court line. And when you have a hard time getting past half-court and you can't get your offense running, you are always on the defensive end, right? So if Haines can break that press, then they get to the other side, start their offense, they can get on that board. 10-0. Haines looks to throw it in to Bell. Bell tries to drive, finds Hedden. Hedden looks for Elliott across the court, gets it, throws it up to Nelson. Poked away by Wolf, but then Elliott gets it back to Elliott. Elliott looks to drive. 1-2, and as she's going, it is a foul as she drives. Foul on the ground. Haines gets the ball underneath the hoop. 10-0, 5 minutes left here in this first half. Looks to throw in, finds Elliott. Elliott looks around, tries to bump her way in, tries to get to Nelson a little too low, throws it right at a foot, so that is a kick by Petersburg. So Haines possession again. So Swanner looks to throw it in underneath the hoop. The ladies are in a stack formation. Petersburg is looking to see what they're going to do. And then Bertignoli is going to be coming in for Wolf. Throws it to Hedden, gets it to Elliott, tries to throw a lapper, stolen away by Tao. Tao looking up the court, doesn't see anybody, slows it down, finds Nielsen, then to Hulabek. Hulabek moving a lot. Tries to pass it to Nielsen and is poked away by Swanner. Swanner read that pass. All right, Flint. Flint looks to throw the ball into Hulabek. Hulabek, Nielsen. Flint drives baseline, but just poked away. Oh no, Flint put it off her shoe, so Haines ball. Haines looks to throw it in. Tao immediately steals it. Tao throws a cutting Flint and is able to go up and in. So Flint for the 12-0 Petersburg possession. Annabelle has the ball. She's getting trapped up in the corner, up by the free throw line. They don't know what to do. And then Haines calls timeout. She's getting caught. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. She's getting trapped between the half court and the side there. And so Haines was screaming timeout. So 12-0, 30-second timeout. Petersburg is leading. Lady Vikings versus the Lady Bears. Petersburg's doing a good job. They're just like doing just such hard defense on the Haines and really frustrating them. And because of that, there's a lot of openings for scoring on the Petersburg. And Petersburg is capitalizing on that. So 12-0, Petersburg leads. So it's going to be a Haines ball. They're going to be throwing it next to the Petersburg bench. Gets it to Hedden. Hedden. Dribbles it off her foot. It is going to be Petersburg ball. Flint. Hulabek. Nielsen. Looks to drive. Goes to Flint. Tao at the top of the key. Gets a Hulabek in the corner for a wide open 2. Air ball. Rebound is going to be between Swanner and Tao. And it's a foul. Nope. Jump ball, but it retains Petersburg possession. Underneath the hoop, Petersburg looks to throw into Bertignoli. She's getting crowded by Haines and then just kind of throws it away because she was just jumped on by 4 Haines ladies, so she had to throw it away there. Haines looks to throw in. Finds Annabelle to Hedden. Kind of kicks away to Swanner. Swanner just turns around and Hulabek's right there to do a jump ball situation. And it's going to be Haines' possession on this jump ball. So Annabelle is going to be coming out and Maribel is going to be coming in. So Elliott throws to Hedden. Hedden was trying to get to Maribel with a bounce pass, but it just wasn't quite in the area, so it was right out of bounds. Petersburg ball, looks to throw into Hulabek. Flint, but just poked away by Swanner. Swanner's reading him good, but if Swanner can instead of poke and she grab, then she might be able to do something with it. Hulabek goes back to Flint. Flint goes to the side, gets to Bertignoli at the free throw line. She looks to drive all the way to the hoop and up and in. Good job, 14-0. And as Haines is trying to go, Lexi Tao just pokes it away and she puts it up and in. Hard man-to-man defense here by the Petersburg Vikings. Maribel has the ball. She needs to picked up her dribble. She tried to throw it to Hedden. Throws it away to Tao. And there's going to be a call by Mr. Matt Powick, Petersburg bench, or Petersburg side. 16-0. It's going to be a full timeout, you guys. I'm going to send it back to KFSK for a word from our sponsors.
Coverage of Vikings basketball on KFSK is made possible by the following businesses and organizations: Anchor Properties and Tongass Federal Credit Union. A big thank you to the sponsors from the players, coaches, parents, and families near and far, and all the listeners here on KFSK.
Great. Our sponsors.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to the referees too. Not everyone wants to get the certification to be a referee, but we can't have these games unless some people step up and do it. And I think some people are getting ready to be done. And if there's anyone out there who wants to be a referee, I'd head up to the high school and talk to Mr. Cabral.
Yep. It's a thankless job. You're loved and you are also hated. So
Yeah.
we want to be on the loved end, all right? So it is one of those love-hate relationships we all have. But we do respect them, and we're glad they're here. All right, Petersburg looks to throw it in to Hulebeck. 3 minutes left here in this first half, 16-0. Flint to Miller. They're just kind of passing it back and forth. They're trying to look low. Miller has the ball. Gets it to Nielsen down low, but throws it to Hulebeck on the side, then up to Flint. Miller, they're going to still turn around. Miller, Hulebeck down to the corner. Throws a lob past to Flint. Flint was able to recover it. Goes around, throws a little jump shot off the backboard and in. All right, Hedden has the ball. Gets it to Swanner. Swanner for a deep three. Off the backboard, no good. Rebound, Miller. Miller. Flint. Miller. Up, looking up and running. 2-3 zone, but played by the Haines Lady Bears. Petersburg is looking for some openings down low between Nielsen and Bertignoli. Flint looks to throw a cross pass to Hulebeck, who drives baseline and then gets fouled as he drives baseline. 18-0, Petersburg Lady Vikings lead. Miller looks to, is going to be checking in. We have Bell checking in for Swanner. Immediately thrown into Nielsen down low. She throws it up, no good. A rebound, Elliott. Gets it to Hedden. Hedden. Bell. Bell back to Hedden. Hedden looks to get to Elliott down low. Elliott looks to dribble it around. Doesn't like what she sees. Poked out. Thrown out by Elliott. I thought it was poked out by Miller, but nope. Petersburg possession. Flint. We have Charlotte Nielsen coming in for her sister, Simone Nielsen. So Charlotte is now the Nielsen that we'll be talking about. Flint. Minute 30 left. 18-0. Miller to Flint. Finds Charlotte down low. Throws it over to Hulebeck in the corner. Back up to Miller. Miller looks to drive. Doesn't want to take a shot. Gets it to Bertignoli, who drives. Finds an open Flint in the corner. A big top side bank and puts it in. Good job, Cadence Flint. 20-0. A minute left here. Hedden. Bell with a cutting Hedden. Gets it to, somebody else checked in. I don't know her name quite yet. 24 is trying to have it. She gets it poked away. 24 is Brunel. Neva Brunel. Brunel. Flint. Charlotte Nielsen down low. Gets it to Hulebeck on the side for a 2. Air ball. Flint was able to get the rebound. Gets it back to Miller up top. 30 seconds left. 20-0. They're going to look around to see if they can get the shot off. Miller, Flint, Nielsen down low. Nielsen looks to drive, finds Hulebeck, who takes a shot, and that one is good. No air ball there. Hulebeck. 13 seconds left. 11, 10. Haines has the ball. Tries to throw it down low to Brunel. And just a little over the top. She's not that tall and goes right out of bounds. 22-0, 6 seconds left. Hulebeck bringing up the court, gets it to Miller. They don't want to take a shot. So Flint is just going to ride out the clock here. 22-0 at the end of this first half. Your Lady Vikings have a substantial lead over the Haines Lady Glacier Bears. We are at halftime, you guys. It's about 10 minutes, so I will see you guys here in 10 minutes. All right, take it away, Brandon.
Thanks, James. All right, it's halftime for the Lady Vikings and the Lady Glacier Bears. The Lady Vikings have a commanding 20-0 lead at the half. Oh, it's just after 7:18 p.m. It's, where's the temperature here? It's 41 degrees outside here in Petersburg. You're listening to KFSK. We broadcast our main signal at 100.9 FM and our translators K201 AL Port Protection at 88.1 FM, K216 AA Point Baker at 91.1 FM, K241 AS Whale Pass at 96.1 FM, and K276 BD Petersburg at 103.1 FM. Alright, hope you're enjoying the basketball games on the radio. And we're going to hear from our sponsors and then have a few minutes of music, and then we'll be back on the air.
The coverage of Vikings basketball on KFSK is made possible by the following businesses and organizations: Anchor Properties and Tongass Federal Credit Union. A big thank you to the sponsors from the players, coaches, parents, and families near and far, and all the listeners here on KFSK. Play-by-play coverage of Vikings basketball on KFSK is made possible by the following businesses and organizations: Anchor Properties and Tongass Federal Credit Union. A big thank you to the sponsors from the players, coaches, parents, and families near and far, and all the listeners here on KFSK.
All right, James should just be arriving back in the booth. We're going to get things kicked off for the second half here in Petersburg. Lady Vikings and there he is.
Yes, we're here. A minute and 20 seconds before we start the second half of this ball game. 22-0, the Lady Vikings lead. Yeah, it's a little closer than it was yesterday. Except Haines is scoreless this time around. So let's see if the Haines Lady Bears are able to, put something together, draw a game plan on how they're going to get up on that scoreboard.
Yeah, the full court press from Petersburg has been very effective, needless to say. And if Haines wants to get back in this game, they're going to have to figure out a way to get around it.
Yeah, and Haines is struggling right now with just the fact that they just don't have a whole lot of confident dribblers, right? They have one confident dribbler, maybe two, maybe 2.5. And, when you can't have the confidence to bring it up the court, again, you start throwing it away, and that's what we saw all that first half. So hopefully they figured something out, and we'll see if they can get on the scoreboard. So 22-0, Petersburg's ball, and we're going to start this ball game. All right, Tao has it. Miller on the side to Nielsen. Nielsen back to Miller. Looking around, picks up her dribble. Nielsen up at the top. Still just kind of back and forth, finds Tao on the side. Tao drives baseline, throws it off the backboard, no good. Almost, she does get her own rebound, and then throws it back up to the top to Miller. Miller's looking around. Miller and Nielsen just kind of looking down, passing it amongst each other at the top. Looking around, still, Nielsen drives, finds Wolf down low, poked away by Haines, but recovered by Petersburg. Miller, Nielsen, Tao. Tao throws down to Bergnoli, throws up the backboard, and bounced around and in. Natalie with the two, 24-0. 7 minutes left on third. Lapry, Bell. Miller's hard defense, gets it back to Lapry. Hedden throws it down to Elliott, Hedden. Swanner for a three, and it's in. On the scoreboard with Hedden. No, excuse me, Swanner with that three. All right, they're on the scoreboard. 24-3. Petersburg leads. Tao has it up top. Gets it to Nielsen. Nielsen back to Tao. They're kind of playing up top. Finds Natalie up at the elbow. Gets it down to Wolf. Wolf puts a bank up and in. 26-3. Aurora Wolf with that too. Bank shot. 26-3. Haines has the ball. Haines throws it down to Elliott. Elliott looking around, throws it back to Hedden. Kind of gets it back to herself, kind of off the head of the defender. She needs to dribble the ball. Gets it to Bell. Bell to Hedden, throws it back to Elliott. Elliott doesn't like it, throws it up, stolen away by Tao. Tao goes up. Full court from one side to the other. Lexi Tao puts